All right, welcome to Slingin Dirt Media. I'm sitting here in the shop with Michael Fischesser tonight, and we're just talking about some sprint car action. That's just something a little different for me, but hey, I'm good with it. I'm liking it. This is good stuff.
Yeah, you're used to modifies and late models.
Yeah. I've
no
been
body on this thing.
No body. No, I mean, wow, it's got a couple panels. That's about it.
Yeah, a couple panels and a few frame rails. That's really all there is to these things.
It's nothing but hardcore, just fast. Go.
Yeah, they're definitely quick. The 850 horsepower and 1,400 pounds, they'll get going pretty quick.
That's insane. That's got to be a blast.
It is. You can really, when you get going down a long straightaway like Lawrenceburg or somewhere, you can really feel it.
I can't lie and say that I haven't always wanted to drive one of those things, but man, just how insane that would be. Way different than anything I've ever mentioned or talked about, or
we can arrange for it.
Yeah, I bet we could. There's no insurance policy that would get me in that thing. God, wow. Okay, so let's talk about you said you started. We talked about it in the Facebook. People watch that. You started in the go-karts. And what year did you start racing go-karts?
Like 2003-ish.
2003-ish.
Yeah, it was right around there. We started. We got into it from a guy who raced sprint cars around here, Dwayne Spilly, and I'd known him for a while, and we used to go to Lawrenceburg and watch him, and we ended up getting into the go-kart stuff. My dad worked with Greg Staub, who was real big in this area. He lived down the street and worked.
I've heard that name a lot. I never knew him or anything, but I've heard that name a lot.
Yeah, he was real big around this area, ran a lot of the USAC stuff, and won a lot of really big races. So between him and Dwayne, they got talked my dad into getting the go-kart, and we started in yard carts.
Right.
And this thing was a true yard cart, and then
moved up into
those. And then moved up into the the regular go-kart stuff. Ran Lawrenceburg. We'd run there on Friday nights and then go help Dwayne or Greg. He still owned a car and had some drivers in it, and we'd work on their stuff on Saturdays. And then turned into we worked on Dwayne Spilly's cars, pretty much full-time doing maintenance and stuff on it. So I grew up around sprint cars, hanging out in Greg's shop.
So that was just the natural thing, sprint car. That's where you were headed.
Yeah, I mean, we'd watch sprint cars every weekend. We'd work on them. That's what I always wanted to do, was drive a sprint car. And finally in 2009, when I turned 16, we went ahead and we were able to buy a sprint car. We got our first sprint car, and Greg went with us everywhere the first year. We kept the car at his shop. He helped teach me how to take care of it.
Right.
And then we ran Lincoln Park Speedway the whole first year, because at that time, Lawrenceburg had just made the big track, and Greg wanted me to learn on the smaller racetrack.
Sure.
So we'd tow to Putnamville every weekend, and Greg went with us everywhere we went. And then
how long a tow is it for you from here to Putnamville?
Like 2.5 hours, 2 hours.
Okay.
So it isn't too bad.
Yeah.
And
once you get used to it.
We'd go out there, and there were a lot back then. They would have 40 cars a night, so there were a lot of nights where we'd be struggling to make the show or just wouldn't make the show.
Yeah.
And,
I remember those days. I've had those days.
So we did that, and we ended up winning the Rookie of the Year there that year. And then finally the next year, we talked Greg into letting us go to Lawrenceburg more.
Yeah.
20 minutes down the road, and we ended up in 2010.
How nice is that?
Yeah, way nice. In 2010, we ended up winning the Lawrenceburg Rookie of the Year with the sprint car stuff. And then from there, we just branched off, and ever since then, we've been kind of doing this stuff.
So this is a 410?
Yep, this is a 410.
Okay.
It's it can be. This car we built here was actually, we're going to try to run some wing stuff this year.
Okay. That was going to be my next question. So have you ever had a wing on this thing, or do you do much wing stuff?
Yeah, I like the wing stuff. I've only been able to do it a few times. I had a guy out in Pennsylvania, Bob McMillan. He let me drive his car a few times, and I love doing it. I think it's, you want to talk about speed. One of these with a wing on it, it's just crazy.
That's a little more insane than this already is.
And it's I really enjoyed it a lot. I've just never been able to do it, over and over and regularly and get any kind of get used to it. I do it once, and then we don't do it for
because
another year.
A lot of people don't realize this, but Lawrenceburg don't run wing sprints regularly. I mean, that's like, what, far and few?
Yeah, I mean, their only show's a outlaw race. And,
right.
I'm pretty sure if I unload this at our outlaw race, they're going to tell me to load it back in the trailer. So,
we're just like, nah.
Yeah. So we've been to Pennsylvania. I was able to run a wing car around Lernerville, and that was really cool. Lernerville's a neat racetrack. And
right.
It's just a whole different element. I mean, a lot of people don't understand how different, a sprint car with a wing on it is almost like a whole different animal.
Right.
So we're hoping, we actually got this car off one of my real good buddies, Justin Owen, and we're hoping to be able to put wings on it later in the year.
Okay.
Unfortunately, right now we've kind of fallen back to the non-wing just with, fuel and everything. So
right. So speaking of fuel, let's talk about, we won't get political, but across the board, things are supply and demand and getting hard to get. Is tires an issue with you guys in the sprint cars? I know some late model teams and some mod teams, it's like they're out there, they're a little harder to get, but late model guys are struggling and stuff. So is it the same way on the sprint car side?
Yeah, definitely. I tried to order tires this week and you just can't find any.
Really?
Luckily I have some left. Some of our sponsors got us some beginning of the year before this road got too bad.
Right.
But just the price of them, even if you can find them, you're paying so much more for them. And I think
they're really almost double now, ain't they?
Yeah, they're, it's insane, especially if I look from when I started,
right.
back in 2009 to now, it's insane. And it's just made it hard, especially for when you're doing it on a lower budget.
When you're a low budget team or mom and pop team or, a local team, you guys aren't a big series traveling team and it's got bunch of funds, it hurts. I get it.
Yeah, it's hard, and just trying to, because that's why this year we've kind of fallen to racing like every other weekend, kind of just because then we can at least have the best equipment we can.
Sure.
Otherwise, we're going to be on all used tires that you're just.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So
yeah.
It's a little easier for us to kind of race every other weekend and be able to conserve, especially until all of this gets a little better. And just this year, like you said, everything, fuel, parts.
It is. It's across the board.
And it's not just tires. There's other stuff you just can't get. So
I look at like sheet metal. I know guys doing the sheet metal bodies, the mods and the late model stuff, and it's like the prices on what sheet metal is now compared to what it was back when I was still racing and started. It's like, holy cow. Oh, it's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially motors and just everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I look at what some of the stuff's going for used, and I'm like, geez, maybe it's time to sell some of this stuff because it's prices are nuts right now.
Right. This is definitely the one of those time of years or one of those years that I'm looking and thinking it's like, man, I feel very fortunate. Man, I've got to have my fun. I got to do it. Say I did it and had a lot of fun doing it, but now I get to go to the racetrack and make money, and it doesn't cost me money in the long run or the grand scheme of things. I'm not paying to get something back. No, I'm just truly, I don't have to put the money out. I'm not having as much fun as you guys are, but I'm still there.
Yeah. No, I fully get that, and like I said, I'm glad that we're not doing the traveling thing anymore. We did the traveling series for 4 or 5 years with the Boss Series, and it was a lot of fun. I had some of my greatest memories. Some of my greatest friends were from that series. But a year like this, I'm glad that I have Lawrenceburg 20 minutes down the road.
That's nice.
Yeah, and and having that opportunity to race every other weekend. I'm kind of at the point in my career that I have just as much fun going to watch. Going to help Justin. I like working on my buddy Justin's stuff. I have just as much fun doing that. Last year, I think I only ran 3 races, and then we put Justin in my car, just because I enjoy that side of it. So a year like this, it makes it a lot.
So I've had this conversation, had it with Matt. We talk about it, and I do like to find out who and how and why, but I've got a lot of buddies that, hey, they're racers. They race, and I get it. But if they're not racing, they don't want to go. They're like, I can't go and watch. I can't go and just watch. Are you that guy? You're either helping somebody, or do you guys ever just go and sit in the stands and enjoy watching a race, or is it always involved somehow?
So a little bit of both. Me and Justin, we'll do the same thing. If one of us is racing, he'll come help me. If he's racing, I'll go with him and kind of crew his car. I have just as much fun doing that as I do driving them anymore. It's just, it's a way to be involved and still have the fun. But then we also like to go watch, like I said, we love Eldora Speedway and the Four Crown Nationals. We won't take a car and race. That's party weekend, so we camp up there and enjoy the party. So we enjoy going to do that and get to be a race fan every once in a while.
Mine's September. I get to go to the world, and I don't have to work. I don't have to inspect any race cars. I don't have to park any campers. I don't have to work in the tower. I'm not saying that I wouldn't, but it's just one of those places the opportunity's never been there, I guess, for one. But that's always been like one of my vacation race to go to and watch. The way things are getting now with the streaming and being able to watch stuff at home, it's like, man, this is kind of nice too, because there's a lot of tracks that are maybe on my bucket list where it's like, man, I always wanted to go and see this place. Well, it's like, man, now I can watch it at home. It's like that's a pretty nice feature that wasn't always available, you know.
Especially if it's a Sunday race,
right?
Night before Indiana Sprint Week when they race all week. It's I can't take off work and go, so it's nice to have that. The streaming service definitely made it nice, but I definitely enjoy being a race fan every once in a while. I don't know if I would have said that a few years ago in my career.
At this point in your life.
At this point in my career where I'm at now, I enjoy being a race fan. I still enjoy driving, but being a race fan and kind of being on the crew side.
So you've been doing this for how many years?
14, I believe. 15.
And that's going to put. How old are you now?
29.
29. So you're right around that 30-ish.
Yeah, 30-ish is.
Okay.
I should have used the Matt Hamilton one and said I'm still 20-ish or something.
Still 20-ish, yeah. Still hoping, still wishing.
No, I turned 29 in April, so.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about you outside of the car. We talked about you're a race fan still. You still like to go be a part of it. What if it wasn't for racing? Let's take racing out of the equation. You got some other hobbies. What else you'd like to get into?
Yeah, so I love sports. Big Ohio State Buckeye fan.
I see the Ohio State Buckeye.
Yeah.
Go Bucks.
Big Buckeye fan. So
OH.
Yep. We go. My wife graduated from Ohio State, so we go up and watch a bunch of football games in the fall.
Right.
And unfortunately I'm a Reds fan too, so I just love all the sports. Play golf. Bengals. I like to play golf. Yeah, Bengals.
Yeah, we finally have a good year.
Finally, and then the Reds do this.
Right. What the hell?
I like golf, playing softball, doing all that kind of stuff. So I really like sports and.
I used to play a lot of softball.
Yeah, I'm not very good, but I try.
Exactly.
I'm a good catcher.
I don't have nowhere near the talent. Like my uncle, he played he's in the USSSA Softball Hall of Fame.
Oh wow!
I'm like, man, I wish I could have been that good. I mean, I played a lot, and I was okay, but yeah.
When we got too many players, I'm always the sub. I mean, it's
the sub. I'm the beer drinker.
I say I'm more the guy that sits on the bench. I can hit the ball, but I'm not the best fielder. But I enjoy that stuff and. Go on vacations, I like me and my wife try to go to Gatlinburg and places like that. So, all that kind of stuff.
Vacation's always nice. Get away for a little bit.
Yeah, just a little weekend away, nice every once in a while, and kind of go do something a little different.
I love Gatlinburg. Sometimes I've been known, and I like pancakes. If somebody says, "Hey, let's go to Gatlinburg and get pancakes," let's go. I'm ready. Anytime. And there's probably a few people that know. There's some inside that, man, I do. I enjoy pancakes just like anybody else, but for some reason they're so much better in Gatlinburg.
Yeah, I hear you.
My wife makes pretty good pancakes, but I'm not a blueberry. My wife likes blueberry pancakes.
Gotta get chocolate chip.
I just want plain pancake.
Gotta get chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip's good. Chocolate chip, banana, whatever.
I don't know about the banana one. I'm out on that.
I'm out on that. Yeah. So, hunting, fishing, do any of that stuff?
I like to fish. Not really, I used to hunt back when my grandpa was still alive. We'd go rabbit hunting and stuff, but not really so much anymore.
Yeah. Man, I used to deer hunt a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I pretty much gave up the deer hunting and got into racing. It's like, I don't have time now. I mean, I had vacation went around deer season, shotgun season and this and that, and that was my thing. But then it's like, oh wait, no, I'm going racing. The racing took kind of priority over the hunting. So, but I used to enjoy that. So, what kind of music are you into?
All depends the day. I listen to it all in my truck at any given time. You can hear oldies, country, rap. I kind of listen to it all. Probably mostly country.
Yeah.
If it's race day, normally a little more upbeat, rap or something. But mainly country. I like all that, and I like trying to go to concerts and stuff now that they're back.
The reason that the quick little funny thing just popped in my head is I remember like when I was in high school, I worked at a skating rink. I was a disc jockey at a skating rink. Go figure. So I went to the mall, the music store in the mall, and I had like 3 cassette tapes or CDs or whatever it was at the time, and I had like a Metallica CD, a DJ Magic Mike CD, and a Phil Collins CD. And I put them on the counter. And the guy just looked at me. He says, "Are you confused?" I mean, I had a variety of stuff, so I'm probably the same way. I mean, any given day, I don't know, I'll have a country station on, or I like my Fox. I listen to the Fox a lot, or whatever. I mean, I'm always channel surfing, and
my Pandora stations go all over the place.
They
you can get any range of music you want from there.
If I type something in on YouTube, it does not know what to bring up next because I am all over the place.
The thing, my searches, it's probably like, what is this guy doing? Because I'll go any spectrum there. I like all music. I'll listen to any of it. So
sometimes a little T-Pain, sometimes a little, you never know, a little Lady Gaga.
It's
all good.
I'm not too proud. We'll do it all.
Right.
I'll listen to any of it.
Typical question. I always get into the Skyline Gold Star debate.
Skyline.
Yeah.
I don't. Not Gold Star fan at all.
Not
so
a Gold
it's
Star.
always it's always Skyline for me.
Who was it?
I eat way too much of it.
Way too much of it. I think it might have been Matt Hamilton posted Elon Musk was going to buy Gold Star and throw that trash in the Ohio River.
Yeah.
I think that might have been a joke, maybe, but that was funny.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of I've had Gold Star once or twice, and just not a fan of that at all.
Yeah. Pizza. La Rosa's or Pizza Hut, or what's your?
So that's where I'll probably go weird. I don't like La Rosa's pizza.
Don't like
all.
her yet. There's a lot of people that don't.
Too much sauce.
When I was younger, I didn't like it, but now that I gotten older, I do like it. I'm like, how's that work?
I don't know. I'm not a huge red sauce fan, so La Rosa's chicken bacon ranch pizza is pretty good.
Those are pretty good.
I'm probably more of a Domino's,
Papa John's.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Not really. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of La Rosa's. Like I said, if I do, it's got to be the chicken bacon ranch.
Gotcha. We can't order it without me getting the JoJo BLT salad.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm not going to be upset if La Rosa decided that, hey, they want La Rosa's logo up here and give me some JoJo's BLTs. I would totally be okay with that.
I might have ruined that for you.
No, we'll make up for it. It's all good. So what other interests you got? Outside of racing, what else are we getting into that we haven't brought up or we haven't touched on?
It's really a lot we've talked about,
Racing consumes a lot. And
so that's the thing.
There's
racing's
generally not a whole lot of extra outside of that.
Yeah, racing's consumed so much, just from doing it for as long as I have.
Right.
There was a time there that weekends were just you go race. That's all you did. The older I've gotten, the more we've started to kind of take weekends off and go do things, but normally it's I like to have fire and drink beer. I like I like to hang out and drink beer once in a while.
Because I don't know you that well yet. Is there a wife? Is there kids?
Yeah, so I actually got married last November.
Nice, congratulations.
No kids yet. We do have a little dog,
okay,
a little French bulldog, but so got married last November, and I joked
still on a honeymoon in it.
Yeah, we went on our honeymoon and everything, and that was interesting with all the restrictions and everything, getting all that done.
Did you guys go anywhere? Or just
we went to St. Lucia.
Okay.
So
a cruise or a resort?
Resort, yeah.
Okay.
So that was a lot of fun. Weather was awesome, and when you're there in the end of November and it's 80 degrees and you're swimming in the ocean, can't beat that.
That's pretty cool. I've always enjoyed I haven't the last 2 years, but man, I think the last 5 years prior to that, I was working Lucas Oil races and Speed Week. So I'm in Florida January, February when it's nice and we're 70s and 80s, t-shirts and shorts down there, and it's snow back home. I'm like, I can't say I feel bad, but
I should probably get used to doing the winter vacations somewhere warm. Instead, we normally end up going in July, and when you go to Florida in July, it's even worse than here.
Right, so. So let's dive back into racing. Is there? Obviously, you got a favorite track. You said, is Eldora your favorite? Is that your favorite to go watch, or is that your favorite to race at?
I would say Eldora or Lernerville out in Pennsylvania are my two favorite to race at, or
or watch.
Eldora, I don't get to race that as much as I used to.
Right.
Back, we used to race a whole lot more there. Mm-hmm. But some of my best, memories and runs have been at Eldora. And then Lernerville out in Pennsylvania is just, it's just an awesome place.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fast. It's doesn't have the wallway around. I mean, it's
Right.
really a neat place.
I've watched, played the video game, but I've never been there. So that may be one of those I might try to venture out to sometime.
Yeah, you should get out there. It's really a neat place. When they have their non-wing sprint car race out there, it's one of the places we wish we could go. Unfortunately, we don't go very much anymore. We did go last year. We probably won't make it this year, though.
Gotcha. Besides spectating and watching, you talked about camping, going to races, camping. Is that an Eldora thing? You guys get to go to any other places?
Yeah, we'll go to Lawrenceburg. My buddy Justin, who raced too, he has a camper that he'll take down Lawrenceburg, and when we race down there, we'll race and then just pull the trailers out into the campground and hang out.
I'm new to Lawrenceburg, so you got to fill me in. Is there big races that are camp out events at Lawrenceburg, or is it just occasionally happens?
I would say,
I've got a camper. I like to go camping, and I like to drink beer, and I like to
we're there.
The racetrack.
We're there most times. We camp quite a bit for races down there. Us and a few buddies. There'll be 4 of us campers down there, but
sure.
We'll have a great time after the races. And but I would say the USAC races or the outlaw race. There's quite a bit of campers down there.
Camping people. Yeah.
But we like to go down there just on a random Saturday night, get done with racing, just walk out there and get a beer and start to have fun. Or like I said, we like to go to Eldora. We go up there for the 4 Crown, and we'll go up Thursday and stay all the way.
Right.
And that normally turns into a wild one.
A beer drinking.
Yeah, that gets a little wild sometimes. We've had quite some stories up there.
Last year, we talked about going to the world. Last year, I had shoulder surgery. So you don't know how difficult it is to go camping and drinking beer and not be able to throw cornhole. I was like, you know what, do it. I'm doing it with my left hand. I was doing it. I wasn't great at it, but I was surprisingly that I was actually hitting the board. But I was like, man,
I've not been too good at that game.
I'm going to get practice back up. Now the surgery's over and rehab's all that's clear. I'm going to get practice back up.
We like to play the bocce ball at Lawrenceburg. That's always a fun game.
What's the bocce ball?
You got somebody throws the ball, and then everybody else has the ball, and it's who can get closest. And Lawrenceburg's fairgrounds is so big, it can get into some wild, especially when you're drinking and somebody decides they want to see how far they can throw it. So, we've had some fun with that down there.
Yeah. Now, we did a couple times. We did the frisbee, the Beersby frisbee.
Yeah,
with the
fun
beer
game.
bottle on the PVC pole there.
You got to watch it. That bottle will get you.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, it's a fun game. Going camping at the racetracks, it's a lot of fun.
It is.
You get to really just kind of relax and enjoy.
I enjoy the two things, and doing them together just makes it even the better, Last year, we had different people coming at different times, and I had my streaming service, and somebody had just happened to have their projector. I'm like, well, you know what? One of the nights at Eldora last year, we had our campground. We had everything set up, and we just popped it up there on the campsite, and we're watching the races from our campsite. And I'm like, man, this is pretty awesome. I said, it's completely paid for, and everybody's good with it. I mean, they're happy they're getting their streaming paid for. The people are happy that we pay for our campsites. I mean, it's a win-win for everybody. And man, I'm happy I don't have to wait in line to go to the bathroom.
We've that's definitely happened to us a few times at Eldora when we're up there. You get drinking, paying the beer, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go watch out here for a little while.
It's not that I'm trying to take away from their ticket sales by any means, but man, I have said I could see me kind of doing that a little more often. I'd be happy to go there and camp, but watch it right there.
Yeah, I mean, you pay for that. Most time I end up buying a ticket and then doing that anyway, so they get double on me. But the streaming service really, I know there's a lot of different views on it, but I've always liked it. It's also good for the racer. I mean, there's been times when we're at Lawrenceburg, you can't see the track from inside the pits. So when we're there for a USAC race,
you can see what's going on throughout the night.
They can be pushing me up to qualifying, and I can have my phone watching the guy before me qualify and seeing what the track's doing, seeing the line. So, it's really a pretty useful tool.
Sure. For even your racers.
Even for the racers.
Not just people that I enjoy spectating and watching. Man, the racers can see what's going on. Yeah. How track conditions are changing, things like that.
See when you're up and all that stuff. So it's there's a lot of different uses for it. So it's really nice.
So is there an event? Is there a big race? What are you looking forward to the most of the 2022 season?
Really, this year, we're not doing too much special. Just a lot of Lawrenceburg. We're going to try to do wing racing a little bit. I'm pretty excited to get to do that.
Right.
I've just not been able to do it, so being able to do it week after week, I'm really excited to get to do that.
Right.
But other than that, probably honestly Four Crown. Just kind of the weekend I look forward to. But we don't really have too many planned right now that outside just local racing at Lawrenceburg.
Right. Gotcha. Well, I'll tell you what, I've taken on a new role, working at Lawrenceburg, really enjoying it so far. So the place is phenomenal, getting to meet a lot of new people, and it's exciting. I like the place. It's pretty cool. So I'm sure I'll be seeing you more at the track. Hopefully, Mother Nature will cooperate. It seems like everybody else, I think Lawrenceburg's about the only track around us that hasn't canceled this weekend coming up. So I'm expecting that text any minute, but I'm hoping not.
Yeah, I hope they get it in. The weather doesn't look promising, but Dave and Kim and Bobby Gump, all of them down there, they do such a great job with that place, and I'm sure you'll just continue to make it better. So
that's what I've told some people. They've asked. It's like, man, it's not like it's not like I'm coming in with trying to get the place up and going. This place is top notch. I mean, it's runs like a well-oiled machine, and I just got to find my peg of the spoke to fall in place and just keep it going. I mean, they do. They got a phenomenal staff, from the safety and scoring people. I mean, everybody does a great job. Sandy Lowe and Melinda Murray. I mean, it's Chad Cunningham. Working next to him. I mean, he's great, and he does a great job at what he does, getting the fans interacting, things like that. And I hope that this is just another tool that the fans will get a chance to check out and get to know the drivers more, and just have that more interaction and feel like, hey, that's not just that number 4 car. Oh, that's Michael. We seen his episode. So maybe they'll have somebody to cheer for it. Somebody goes and checks it out.
Yeah. It's neat that you do this. To be able to give the fans kind of the behind the scenes. Talk more about
get to know
what
the
we
driver.
Do outside of the racing. And who we are. Obviously they see us with a helmet on, but
right.
There's so much more there, so it's really neat that you do this, and
I'm enjoying it.
Being able to,
I always like to. I don't know that you would consider this like the modern day programs. But I remember when I was a kid, they always had the programs, and they had all the pictures of the cars. So sometimes they'd have the headshot, who it is. Like, oh, that's cool. Other than that, you don't know who's driving that car. So,
there's so many times. I mean, especially with a lot of the shows run so fast anymore that you don't really get time to go to the grandstands or anything. So a lot of people don't know who.
Right.
Who's under the helmet and all that stuff. So it's really neat that you do this, and it's always fun.
Right. Well, before we wrap things up, tell us about your sponsors and who do you got to thank?
Yeah, Ron's Roost Restaurant. They've Ron's been great. He came on board and has really helped us out year after year. And Harris Distributing. The Harris family has helped me all the way through my career. Right there with Greg Staub, they've always been there for me, and Denny, Jeff, Rick, they've just always been awesome. So they really helped me out. And then, my mom and dad, they carried me for a long time until now where, finally I have, past few years have a job that, I can afford to do this stuff. But
a little flexibility.
Yeah, and just everybody that's helped me along the way. I've had so many great people in my corner. I joke that we actually had a conversation the other day, me and one of my buddies, that without racing, I don't think I'd have half the stories I have in my life.
Right.
At my wedding, whole corner of our wedding looked like a driver's meeting. I mean, it's most of the best memories I have came from because of racing. My best friend, the best man at my wedding, is because of racing. It's all
right.
So it's just all the people is really what makes racing special.
I get I've got a lot of family down in southeastern Kentucky and stuff, and my wife has a huge family. They're all West Siders and stuff, and it's like, the people that didn't grow up or aren't involved in racing, they don't realize how close you are. They're not just friends. That's your racing family. I'm not saying they're missing out. They are missing out, but they just don't realize what a connection we have with the racing community. You know, I maybe that's another way of putting it. You know,
Yeah.
we don't always get along, but like family don't always get along either.
Yeah, you know, the drivers you race against, you know, on the track, yeah, you're gonna race hard, but
sure.
From all the years of traveling and stuff, you know, we're gonna race hard, but we're also gonna drink beer after and have fun, you know, and
right.
It's the cool part of racing is just having that connection with everybody.
Right. Good deal. Well, Michael, we're going to wrap things up. We're going to make this our dirty 30 that we had. We kept it right about 30 minutes. So
we did pretty good.
That's good. You know, people see me, I occasionally check my timer over here because I will lose track of time. And next thing you know, we'll be here for 2 hours.
It doesn't seem like 30 minutes.
There'll be beers out here next thing you know. And that may be a whole nother episode.
Yeah, maybe we should do that different episode.
It could happen. That could happen. So everybody watching at home, we appreciate you, whether you got your iPad, your phone, whatever. We appreciate you guys. Hope you make your way out to the racetrack. Check out Michael Fischesser.
Fischesser, you got it.
You're
close.
I'm close. I'm getting worse at it. I said it right the first couple
I think you're getting worse.
You almost feel like I have been drinking or something.
Yeah.
But no. So get out to one of your local tracks, bring a friend, go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe, check us out, and tell all your friends about it. And we'll see you at the races.
See ya. Thank you.